Hey guys, so I'm back for the final video in this series. What I want you to think about for this next step is your plank, because we want a solid foundation before we're moving. So what you can do is assess your movement, find any weak links, and fill those with good technique. So what I mean by that, we talk a lot in Strong First about linkage, not leakage. So if you have a spot where you're losing your tension, that would be leakage. And you need to fill that with strength so that you can stay tight. So we like to think about spending time under tension. And what I mean by that is if you're doing a plank, most people think of your planks as, just a straight arm plank or an elbow plank, but I want you to think about using your sticking point or just short of your sticking point as your new plank. Build up the time that you can stay tight there, and then you're gonna piece that push-up back together, okay? The reason for that is we want your body to move as one unit. So it should go down to the ground and up from the ground as one piece, not segmented. So we're not letting our body kind of worm, right? And kind of roll out of it, or the shoulders come up higher than the hips and vice versa. So I'm gonna show you just on an elevation what I'm talking about. And I'm also gonna show you one of the key areas that I see people have a disconnect or that leakage of tension first. It's normally in shrugging. So I'm gonna show you how to assess that and then fix that. So if you're doing push-ups on a box, one arm or two, and you find that you come down this way and you pike, right? So then this would be your tension leakage. So what I want you to do is come to the ground, probably video yourself or you won't even know that you're doing that. But if you know that your hips are high, I want you to pull your shoulders back and I want you to drop the hips. This would be your new plank. So you build up time doing holds here. So leakage, linkage, okay? The next one that I talked to you guys about is that position where your shoulders want to shrug. That's very, very common when you're doing push-ups. If you get to the bottom, your shoulders, we call that dumping. Your shoulders would roll forward. So I'm going to show you that here, and I want to show you again. We're going to exaggerate the wrong and fix it. So get into my two hand right now, and again, this can be two hands or one to fix these holes. I'm going to pull myself to the ground, but then I'm going to dump right here. See how I've kind of dumped forward? So what I need to do is pull those shoulders back in my pockets. Dump, pull them back in my pocket. This could be my new plank, okay? You can start on the ground, pull in the shoulders, see how I can kind of pull them back, pull my elbows in, and then come into that bottom position and hold. Okay? So video yourself, find where you're having your weak links, spend time under tension, doing different plank holds at different spots of your push-up from the ground up and from the top down. Meet in the middle for one solid push-up and then build back to different progressions as you get stronger. So make sure you fill those holes and your push-ups are gonna be much, much stronger.